This is Eric Muadhi, themuadhi.com, March 23rd, 2009. We got about hour and a half to go before the close of the day. The Dow is trading close to the highs for the day. I see the XLF, the UYG, FAS set of a group of stocks making new highs at this very moment. But on this video, I'm not gonna discuss the U.S. market. I'm gonna keep showing you where most of the most strongest action as of today is actually not in the U.S. market, because the BRIC countries have been, in my opinion, and it's very evident, leading us out of a very oversold bear market territory. And I hate to say it, but I've been positioning you guys for a market rally for more than 3 weeks now, and this is not honestly a surprise that we took back all the losses over the last 2 days in just one day. And the reason being that I think the trend changed. And when I say trend, I mean trend as of weeks and months. The trend slightly changed to the upside, and you're gonna see moment to moment the markets are gonna sell off. But until the charts change, I still maintain the opinion, and it's a humble opinion because I obviously don't know, that the market trends higher over many weeks, and that's pretty much the best way to play it for now. If you take a look at the Japanese market, and we are right now looking at a two-year weekly chart, like as discussed on Friday, we see that we are already moved out of this channel right here. We've moved out of this steep downdraft channel, and now this is week 3 in the Japanese market. So this follow through is evident in this instrument right here, moving out of this steep bearish sentiment as of this early this week, the trading. So loss of words there for a moment. If you take a look at the Brazilian market, the Bovespa, that sounds so good, so sexy. The Bovespa is I think today I'm sure it's trading higher. I should have checked, but I'm sure it's 2-3% higher. So this does not reflect this week's price action, but obviously we've moved out of this steep channel here, and now we are on the north side of this channel, which means this steep selling pressure is done. And I did leave and again, this is the Bovespa 2-year weekly chart, the 2-year weekly chart, and now this arrow here is a reminder. It's actually for me to remind myself, to show you that we are actually the RSI is just under 50. So at some point in the coming weeks, when we move above 50 and close above 50, you're gonna see a huge move in this market, because every time you move above or below 50 on any time frame on the RSI, you get this huge spike. That's the only way you can move above 50, but by introducing a huge number to the mix. If you take a look at and by the way, the second last chart on this video, where I talk about a stock from the Brazilian market that to me is really confirmation that this market has a different feel, a different look to it. So watch out for the second last chart, where I discuss a Brazilian stock that is leading this market out of trouble for now. And also remember, I might not have mentioned this, but I have three brand new stock picks where I'm gonna tie down the theme about world market seemingly leading us out of trouble for now, and also the energy sector, which I'll discuss in a few minutes. If you take a look at the Hong Kong market 2-year weekly, right now we are contending with the top lines of this price channel here, contending with this area here, and we are trying to move out of that. We closed above the 10-week moving average for the first time, or going back to December. So there's some traction right now in this market. If you take a look now at the KOSPI, which is a South Korean market, it's following through from its move. This is again a 2-year weekly chart. It is following through after moving above the 10-week moving average last week. It is right now following through, and that is a confirmation of strength. And again, you see this week might turn out to be a huge week for the world markets, because the KOSPI has yet to move above 50 on its weekly RSI. So there's some more there's room for movement higher this week or early next week whenever we move and close above 50 on the weekly time frame. And that's important because we haven't moved above 50 for almost since July of last year. So this market has been in this bearish territory, and as we move above 50, we get accelerated price gains over many weeks, potentially. If you take a look at the Chinese market, and for sure this is where leadership is. First and foremost, take note of where we started this downdraft early 2008, when the 13-week moving average crossed below the 34-week moving average. When we cross here, that was a sell signal. And now we are working and trying to have a bullish crossover between the 13-week EMA and the 34-week EMA. So this right here, I've been talking about this for almost a month now. Seems to be what's going on, and that is a fresh buy signal in almost 18 months. So that's a fresh buy signal since this market peaked. So be on the lookout for a market that is trending higher over many weeks, over many months. That's why I've not been urging you guys to totally get rid of the idea of going long. Markets are going to have moments to short the market, but for now I think the trend over many weeks is higher, and this is one of the reasons. This 13-week and 34-week EMA crossover is a huge deal. And also we see that now we are moving out of this weekly RSI wedge right here. Now we are moving out of this area right here, and that's also another signal that this market wants to trend higher over time. Remember, this is a weekly chart, so it tells you what might be coming along over many weeks. If you take a look at the Chinese market again from a daily view, this is a 1-year daily. This is the 3rd day in a row where we've closed above the 200-day moving average. Not a big deal, but it just shows you that over time we might influence this downward sloping 200-day moving average, and as we remain above the 200-day moving average over many days and many weeks, eventually this downward sloping 200-day moving average might stop dropping, maybe even go flat before eventually turning higher. And that takes a long, many weeks to form. So it's just something we can consider as a pointer to how long we should expect this move in the market to last. And like I said, we are going to have moments where the markets are going to be trending lower, of course. Or have low sell-offs during day to day, but over many weeks this market is pointing higher. And I hate to repeat that, but I've been saying that for so long. Maybe you guys missed the point over many weeks ago. If you take a look at the USO, the USO moved out of this what was a very steep bear market channel, and when we moved out of this channel, the accelerated prices lower scenario came to a halt. We formed a base for a while here, and now we are moving out and making new weekly highs, going back to, let's say, we draw a line there if you exclude the first week of January, we are making new weekly highs going back almost 2-3 months. So that's a huge deal.